Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Raja of the Rajput Reich campaign in Europa Universalis IV. So I've been looking around at the trade map a lot, trying to decide, like, okay, long term, where do we want to make our trade happen? And the only thing I can see that makes sense, unfortunately, it's going to have to be the Indus node, because I don't want to move my nodes around a lot. It's a lot of administrative points to move our capital, or a lot of diplo points to move our trade capital. I do want to move our capital to the coast so that we can get the... Okay, your capital has bonus 2 taxation, capital city +2, and if you put it on the coast, that gives you 1 extra naval force limit, which helps. Also, our capital produces grain, which is crap. We would rather have our capital produce cotton or something, which is going to give us more goods produced. Notice how the goods produced, I believe... We have 4 base tax, goods produced +80. Okay, so... Apparently the capital city bonus doesn't increase goods produced, but still, we want to move our capital to the Indus node either way. I really feel like temples should do that, but they, whatever, doesn't matter. It's all going to change in the next patch anyway, so. But, so if we move it to here, then we can steer trade from Kashmir into Doab, Doab into Goa, and then Goa into Indus. And then anything that we expand this way, we can feed into Indus. And then, if we expand in this direction, it's going to get tricky. But right now, we're missing out on a ton of trade because I've got 11% of the Indus node and I don't have anything happening here. So I think we're going to move our capital to the coast. I think that's going to be the way to go. I'm also really looking forward to getting this third idea, because that will give us... a lot more religious unity. Not that it's really an issue. But if we can get that idea, that will also significantly reduce the amount of time we have to spend annexing Punjab. It'll reduce the point cost down from 420. And I'm hoping that the annexation progress at, like, for example, at 103, I'm hoping it will just say, like, 103 out of 300. And we'll just jump that percentage instead of it having both numbers go down by 25%. We'll see. I don't actually know. I've never done that before, so we'll find out soon. Alright, so we went over the force limit by 1. We're going to totally insult our rival. Do we want to disband that troop now? Being over the force limit's 0.1 ducat, about 1 ducat a month. So yeah, I do think we want to get rid of him again. Basically paid 15 ducats. Oh, interesting. Now we can do it again. That's one way of getting our army tradition up. Army tradition helps out with morale. And siege ability and stuff. Sure, why not? I'll spend another 15 ducats to cheese the system a little bit more. Now, I remember DDR Jake is, like, famous for doing really cheesy exploits. Like, having 10,000 manpower, training up tons of troops, doing our manpower reserve needs to recover a mission over and over again. Right? So if you had 90% of your manpower, you could just train up 20 troops, and then immediately get 10 army tradition. But, I'm not going to do that. I don't have the manpower to do that anyway. Save the Rajput people of Mewar. Like, more claims would be good. I suppose we could do that right now, right? Or should we be improving relations with our allies to make sure they stay allies? If I were to attack Gujarat, then Jampur would protect them. No, that's right. I keep getting stuck. I'm waiting on... I needed vassalization of Delhi. If that had happened a while ago, we'd be in a much better position, but unfortunately they were 51%, damn, 52% province war score cost. And so I forgot to make them a co-belligerent, and bam, now they're not a vassal. And if they were a vassal, we would totally just declare war on Gujarat, feed all of Jampur back to Delhi, and then take land from Gujarat. Oh, well. Oh, suddenly you're outraged, huh? That's not good. Does that mean you're going to join a coalition? They might. When Malwa's truce expires with us, they might join the coalition. So that means I should start looking to get allies. You're not going to become my ally, let's be realistic. Bengal was a likely ally candidate. If I broke my alliance with Jampur. Orissa. If you weren't hostile. You know, we have enemy of enemy. We're both enemies with Gujarat, so let's just, let's improve relations with Orissa. Also, some of these other ideas are going to be quite nice. The aggressive expansion impact is going to be very nice. The envoy travel time will help out. Diplomatic relations slot's good. Pretty much everything about this idea group is just good. It's just a good idea group. You can never really complain about the stuff you get from this. Let's take a look at some of the policies we might get. So, what am I likely to take? I'm pretty likely to take quality or quantity or offensive. Offensive, the Unified Army Command plus 50% subject force limit contribution. That's pretty solid. I'm not likely to take economic or administrative. Although administrative, look at that. Diplomatic annexation cost minus 20. So we've already got minus 25, which makes it 7.5 diplo points per thing. If we did take administrative, we could get it down to, say, 5.5 at diplo points. That's really low. We could just bring people in. So why aren't we at war? Well, we're trying to get the annexation done. We're trying to... What are we trying to do right now? Still can't do culture conversion. Not that we have the diplo points for it right now. Trying to annex you. Trying to establish another alliance so that we can prevent a coalition war. Timurids have declared war on Yarkand. Yep, they're staying busy. When we finish the annexation of Punjab, they don't have a truce with me, so that could be bad. And in fact, there's nothing stopping them from just declaring war on Punjab right now. Which would be miserable. It would be a horrible, horrible experience if we actually had to fight the Timurids right now. 49,000 troops on Tech 5. So we actually have equivalent technology. Punjab is giving military access to the Timurids. How dare you? I really need to, like, get someone that hates the Timurids as an ally. And the only person that's even remotely possible is Kara. It's just so unlikely, though. I mean, maybe if I had Bamanas, Jampur, Orissa all on my side, maybe we could fight the Timurids, but I doubt it. Bamanas has 17, Orissa has 14, Jampur, where are you on the list? 10? They had a ton of troops earlier, and they seem to have, like, gotten weaker. Okay, well. Just keep on keeping on, I guess. 6 points per month. We should have the ability to do this in 89. October of next year, it says. I don't know if that's factoring in the -2 from Diplo annexation or not. You could do the math real quick if you wanted to. We need 160 points. We're getting 6 per month. So, quick, do the math. Go. Go! I know everyone who's watching this video has a calculator on hand, right? We could build armories. I like armories, even when you are a non-Western tech. I feel like getting our force limit, or getting manpower pool up, is worthwhile. So I'm going to do it. So we're going to be behind on military tech no matter what. But enough troops. Enough troops can make up for lower military tech, because you can just wear down morale. It's possible. I know it's not easy, but you just have to trust me on that. Can work. Something, something, goods produced. That wasn't in every province, was it? No, good. It was a province. I don't even remember which one. It's probably show up on the minimap, actually. On the, yeah. Harvest failure in this province. Pegu, something, something, Diviet. I'm going to take the mission and cancel it. See if we can just cycle the missions a little bit. We don't have enough rivals. We could rival Orissa, but we're trying to make them friendly. Right now. I know you're hostile, but that could change. Let's stop working on them, though. You really would be a pretty good ally. Who else hates Jampur? Bengal, but we've already looked there. That's because of my alliance with them. Who else hates Gujarat? We've got Babmanis, Malwa. Malwa hates them. Yes, of course they do. No, it's really, it's gotta be you. Orissa, you're supposed to be my friend. Stop being so pissy. We got the big man Bahmanis, who's Tech 6. Cool. Malwa will be forced to give Orissa 10% income each month, and they will cede Raipur and Mandla. So Orissa is starting to come inland a bit. So Malwa worked so hard to annex that country, and then they just lost most of it. Hey, our core's done. That means we can make boats. Takes 400 days per boat. Totally going to start making boats. Oh, also, because we have actually finished that now, we can move our capital. And I'm going to do it. We're going to move our capital here. Only 200 administrative points. That's actually going to immediately lower our autonomy to 0. We still have unrest in our capital, which is kind of annoying. And the culture is wrong. We could, I believe, yeah, accept cultural shift now if I wanted to. Well, I'd have to have it be the dominant culture, but... So that will give us, I think, one more naval force limit. Yep, took us up to 4. And now we can collect automatically from this node. We don't want to steer from trade here. I think we do just collect. So we steer from here, we collect from here. And then we, And actually, you know what? We have such a small percentage here, we still might be better off collecting. We'll just collect here. Now that we've moved our capital, I think it's going to make sense just to collect in every node that we can. We don't really have a defined, like, path that's going to work well for us yet. So, let's see what this does next month. $2.2 went down. Kashmir made us almost nothing. Because we ended up with no trade power because it's inland, right? Okay, yeah, it still makes sense to transfer then. And would we rather make 0.25 there? Or would we rather make 10% on 1.29? Probably gonna just leave it as is. We need Delhi. That damn province is worth 25% of the entire node. I needed Delhi so bad. Damn it. Well, this period of peace is helping out a little bit with getting down the aggressive expansion. It's also helping to get our autonomy down a little bit. Still some residual autonomy in a couple provinces, so, you know, 52 months of peace would be nice. Takes a long time. It really does take a long time to get autonomy down to 0. 52 months. That's a long time. 84 months. Rebels are probably going to be a factor in the next war. But we're actually quite stable. Okay. You want to trade over to trade efficiency guy, maybe? I think we're making less money now, actually, after I moved the capital. Oh well. It will get better in the long run. I'm gonna hold off on conversion for a bit. It's costing us 0.4 ducats a month. So 62 months. 62 times 0.4. That's going to cost us 25 ducats to convert the province, and if we just wait until we do another piety swing in this direction, it'll be easier. Besides, we're tolerant. We can handle it. It doesn't, you know. If we look at Chandari, the wrong religion is causing no problems. Like, we have slightly less reduced unrest because we're not as tolerant of that as we are of Sunni, but there's just no point. There's no point in doing it. Oh, the Nagauri peasants, they jumped up quick. Oh! I think what happened is it actually defaulted to the other one. It's only 1.1%. You know, a theologian would actually make that problem go away completely. That'll cause a new rebellion to fire. Madurai has civil war. Basically, I'm just waiting on Tech 6, waiting on this next idea, and then the finishing of this thing in 10 years? Ugh. That's so long. I need Diplo Rep guy. Please give me diplomatic reputation guy. I certainly don't need spy offense. Jaunpur broke their alliance with us. Excuse me? Why? I guess they just did not like my choice of allies. Okay, well, let's, So if you're not my ally, then, what if I were to attack you directly? Maybe, I mean, if you're not going to be my ally, I'll just pick up Bengal. You're still friendly. What the hell's wrong with you, dude? Okay, Bahmanis would totally join a war against you, even though I have no war, no CB. Bengal, you have a truce with them? You don't. Okay, so let's get you positive. And make you our ally. Cancel military access with Jaunpur, trade up that relationship. I'm still interested in Orissa. If they'd stop being hostile, please. You don't like my naval strength? Okay. I mean, what do you expect of me, huh? Well, our buildings are done. We've got forts. Or we've got training grounds or barracks, whatever the hell they're called. They're called armories. We have those now. Improve relations with Jaunpur? No. Create a proper fleet. That'll take a couple of years. Nagauri peasants are at 80% now. I could actually, you know, I could split my army and find these provinces and prevent most of this rebellion. I might even be able to push that off for a while. Is there a decision we can take that will give us better, yeah, we'll gain 10 piety to bring that down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Do something like that. And now we should be able to get rid of the peasants completely. Nice. Actually peacefully dealing with a rebellion. How weird is that? I don't think we've ever done that before. And manpower's at 20%. What the hell? That's crazy. Alright, cool. Hey, Bengal, you ready? You ready to be an ally? Negative trust? What, just because I took your money for a while? I needed your money. Come on, I did better things with it than you did. All you've done is shrink. I grew. You deserve to... I mean, your money's my money. You should be my ally now, next month. Okay, so now if I attacked Gujarat... Well, we'll hold off. If I were to attack Gujarat, Bengal would take care of Jaunpur. Bengal is on Tech 5 to Tech 5. Bamanas would help me. Gujarat's allied with Baluchistan, which is fine. Baluchistan's Tech 5. We're going to be Tech 6 soon. I think we're looking pretty good here for Bamanas versus Gujarat, Nagaur versus Baluchistan, Bengal versus Jaunpur. And we've got Punjab as an added helper. I think it would be great, actually. Unfortunately, I wanted to attack Jaunpur after having vassalized Delhi. So that's not really what I had in mind. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to take a break here. See you again soon.